Jambo and welcome to the special program here on the TBC. My name is Rioba Steven and I'm here sitting with the Ambassador of Denmark to Tanzania, Jesper Kammersgaard. After 12 months of being posted in Tanzania as Ambassador of Denmark to Tanzania, here he has a story to share about how it has been so far in terms of the cooperation between Tanzania and Denmark. Mr. Jesper, how are you?
Good. I'm good today, thank you.
It's nice. I'm good. I'm good. You look sharp.
Oh, well, we'll see.
So to walk us through regarding the Tanzania and Denmark cooperation, if you had to sum up your first year in Tanzania in a single word, what would it be and why?
I think that would be startup. Because we started up last year building a new partnership between Denmark and Tanzania, and we have a long history between Denmark and Tanzania, more than 60 years of cooperation. But because we want to build something new, we more or less started on a blank piece of paper 1 year ago, and that is why I call it a startup.
Wow. And so you mentioned that 1 year ago that everything was sort of like starting scratch, right?
Yes.
And that's what me, that's also reminded me that 2 years ago, the government of Denmark were about to shut down, closing the embassy in Tanzania.
That's correct.
And so when you talk about starting at the scratch, especially as you have started 1 year, how does it look like? And why did the government proceed with the idea of having the embassy in Tanzania?
Yeah, I think that we had a new government in Denmark in 2023, and they fortunately decided to maintain our embassy in Tanzania, in this beautiful country. And I think there were two reasons for that. One was the Russian invasion of Ukraine, where it became pertinent to the Danish government that many countries that we have had friendship with for many years, also on the African continent, did not necessarily vote the same way as we did when it came to Security Council resolutions in the United Nations. And that kind of told us that we need to invest and we need to engage in strong partnerships with all countries in the United Nations. And that was one reason behind the decision to maintain the embassy. I think another reason was that when President Samir Suluhu Hassan came into office, there has been a reopening on the economy, a more welcoming environment for foreign investors, and that I think was the second reason that actually helped shape the decision of maintaining the embassy and starting to build a new partnership between Denmark and Tanzania.
Wow, that's great. And if you could sum up, I'll say if you could explain for the 1 year that you have been in Tanzania, what has been the biggest surprise of working in diplomacy here, something that you were not prepared in the paper, that when you were here, you're like, okay, this is really a surprise of working in Tanzania?
I think that I came back to Tanzania like 1st of August 2024. And I have been so lucky also to live in the country before. I lived here for 4 years between 2007 and 2011. So I came back after almost 15 years. So I have not experienced a lot of surprises because I had a fairly good knowledge about the country. But I think one of the things that has maybe enlightened me the most, and also giving me hope for the future partnership, is to see how Tanzania has managed to develop actually over the last 15 years. There are still challenges with poverty in Tanzania, but I've seen with my own eyes as the beginning and the development of a middle class in Tanzania. I've seen people now running in the streets, exercising in the streets, which is a new thing, something I would not see like 15 years ago. I've been traveling in many places around the country, and I've seen a lot of new crops developing that I did not see 15 years ago, like, for example, avocado. And I also, although there still are a lot of shambas in Tanzania, I still have seen also larger fields, new fields that has been taken under production. So I've seen with my own eyes prosperity grow in those 15 years, and that gives me a lot of hope, and something that I maybe was not so aware of before I came back, and that has been a bit of a surprise to me.
Wow, that's great. So Denmark is strong in clean energy and as well as technology, and we see that Tanzania has so many resources.
Yes.
What's its untapped business, apparently, or the projects that you think in this year, or as you keep going, these are the areas that you want to cooperate with Tanzania government?
Yeah, I think that, you know, when we talk about clean energy, Denmark is already supporting the clean cooking initiative. We pledged around $10 million at a conference in Paris earlier this year for the global clean cooking initiatives, which Tanzania will also benefit from. And in terms of energy, we would like to do also more in the area of renewable energy. Tanzania has an ambition plan in that area. They just finalized a new power sector master plan. But there are still some reforms in the energy sector that needs to be undertaken. So I'm aware that TANESCO is preparing a review of its tariff structure.
Okay.
And the tariff structure for TANESCO needs to change so that the tariffs that TANESCO charges is actually recovering the costs that it costs to produce the energy. Because otherwise you cannot get private investors in if there's not full cost recovery in the energy sector. So that is one, I think, additional reform that I know Tanzania is working on, but that needs to be implemented if Tanzania really wants to bring in the private sector in its energy production.
Thank you. And if a Danish entrepreneur call you right now and ask you for a piece of advice, like, I want to invest in Tanzania, what would be your first advice?
I think my first piece of advice would be to work with the Embassy of Denmark. And then I would also underline the importance of finding the right partners. There are some really strong partners in Tanzania, which it is important to find and explore, so that you are sure that you are going in with reliable partners also that are really interested in making business for the benefit both of themselves but also for the benefits of Tanzania. So I think that would be my first piece of advice. The reason I'm saying that they should work with the Danish embassy is also that I think it's also always important when you come into as an investor to Tanzania that you also work with the authorities. And I think we have pretty good access to those authorities and has a pretty good knowledge about what kind of doors needs to be opened to make your business happen here in Tanzania.
Oh, that's great. And I know that the cooperation between Denmark and Tanzania that goes beyond the business and trade. What are the other sectors that so far they have inspired you a lot that you just want to keep enhancing that particular sectors?
Well, we have already started with our new partnership. We have set a number of ships in the sea, but there are still quite many of them that needs to reach harbor. But one example that we have started to work on is in the water sector and in wastewater management, where we are working together with the European Union, with Germany, with Belgium and with France to develop water and wastewater management infrastructure in Mwanza, Tanga and in Pemba. And in total all these partners together with the government and the local authorities are developing a program for around 100 million euro. So it's a sizable investment that we are able to make together with those other European partners here for the benefit of Tanzania and hopefully also for the benefits of the European partners.
Wow. And which chapter between these ties that is going to define the next big move between Denmark and Tanzania in terms of the cooperation?
What do you mean by chapter?
The chapter, these ties, because you mentioned regarding the other sector that Tanzania and Denmark are cooperated,
yes.
And then which one apparently it's the biggest one? Is it like business and trade? Is it?
We are, we would like to build our new partnership around 4 pillars. One is about political dialogue and building coalitions with other partners, which the water program that I mentioned to you is a good example of.
Yeah.
Then we would like to do more trade and investment, which we have already discussed.
Yes.
And then we want to continue a development cooperation program where we, apart from the program that I also mentioned, also would like to do what we call twinning, which is cooperation between Tanzanian and Danish authorities. There we are looking at twinning, the so-called twinning programs in health and in tax administration. So that's the third pillar, a continued development cooperation program. And then the 4th pillar would be research cooperation, culture, and student exchange.
Wow. And as any other country, Tanzania is one of like many other countries in the world that emphasize about the green project, because of course we want investors and everyone wants investors in their countries, but the green project are the one that are very much emphasized, with all these challenges that we have. What has the Denmark government has done so far regarding the Go Green project in the country?
I already mentioned that we supported the clean cooking initiative. And then on top of that, we are working with the authorities in Tanzania, the Tanzanian government, PO-RALSH, and we are working with the World Bank to develop a program that is called SCALE, and it's about climate adaptation, and it's 24 regions in Tanzania that needs to develop their own climate adaptation plans in each region. And through these climate adaptation plans, they would then be able to access funding to actually implement them. So that's another example of of a green program that we are already going to support already from next year.
Great. Thank you, Ambassador. So we saw recently that you went in Moshi with some of the EU ambassador. What was it about, and what was the experience, by the way?
Yeah, it was a great opportunity to go to Moshi together with 11 other ambassadors from the European Union. And it's always a great opportunity for us to go together and see other parts of Tanzania than Dar es Salaam. And we actually went and had a focus on where we have supported agriculture, investments in agriculture in Tanzania. And we had a focus on coffee. We had a focus on sugar. We had a focus on forestry. So, for example, we went to visit Tanzania Coffee Board up in Moshi. We went to visit a coffee farm, and we went also to visit the Forest Training Institute up in Moshi. So it was a great, really, opportunity to both see the region, but also see some of the partnership between the European Union and Tanzania with our own eyes.
Oh, great. And regarding Moshi, I think it just reminded me, what are some of the areas that you can quickly recall inside Dar es Salaam that you have had a chance to visit them?
Inside Dar es Salaam?
Yeah.
Oh, in Dar es Salaam, I've been to Kariakoo.
Yes.
I've been to the fish market down here.
Mm-hmm.
I've been to South Beach, and I've been to the National Football Stadium.
Mm.
Yeah, these are some of the areas that I like to enjoy and like to visit.
What was your experience at Kariakoo?
Oh, a lot of people. I think I was there on a Saturday, late morning.
Mm.
So a lot of people, quite hectic. But as I said, I'm looking forward to that the new Soko will open there.
All right. You mentioned about the culture and tradition. So this is much more personal to you. What is for the time being that you've been here in Tanzania, you say you were here and then you came back again. What has been the most attractive festival and culture that has inspired you so far?
Yeah, let me think about that a little bit. I think I'm very much into sports. So I've also seen by coming back, when I was here last time, football was very, very popular. But everybody was watching and talking about the Premier League in the UK. And now when I came back, everybody's talking about the Premier League in Tanzania. So there's much more emphasis around some of the big Tanzanian football clubs. And 15 years ago, people were wearing their Arsenal or Liverpool football shirts, and now everybody is running around in Simba and Yanga t-shirts. That's really where I see a difference, and I think that inspires me, because I think it's always good for any country or any society to have something to come together around.
Yeah.
And it's more fun to go to the stadium than sit watching the TV when you want to enjoy football.
Have you ever got a chance to go and watch Simba and Yanga game?
Yes, I had actually. I was watching the Simba and Yanga game when they were playing the so-called final that was delayed and became the last game of the season last year, where Yanga won the championship. So there was a lot of joy in the stadium among younger fans. Less joy among Simba fans.
Are you Simba or Younger? Fun.
I'm neutral. I support Denmark and I support Taifa Stars.
All right. I think I know where you are, but anyway. Anyway, if your first year of report were a newspaper headline, what would it say?
Denmark is back in business.
Wow. Wow. Anything else you want to share?
Yeah, maybe just say that ninapenda Tanzania sana.
Wow. That's a great story. Well, it was nice having you for this special program interview. And thank you so much for everyone who has watched us. Until next time. And my name again is Jesper Steven. Keep watching us. Thank you.